Hey, what's up, everybody? It is Monday. Power shift your week. Wait a minute. Okay, I'm typing this in. Power shift your week. All right. Hey, from New York, what's all out coach? Throw your name in there. What's up, Nick? And photography. All right. Let me pin this real quick. Did I get it right? Let me see here. Boom, pinned. What's up, everybody? It is Monday. I didn't actually pull up too many facts for you. I was going to talk to you about Clubhouse and how it was recently valuated at $4 billion. Interesting. I'm going to be bringing on some people later on. Anybody here who wants to be on, just request me. $4 billion Clubhouse was valuated at. I'm finding it hard to go on Clubhouse these days because I either schedule something for like 9 o'clock at night and then I realize at 9 o'clock at night I'm tired or I want to do something else. And I'm like, oh man, I just scheduled something and it's not just a simple one when you go on. It's an hour, 2 hours. However, I know there's a lot of great information on there and a lot of great information that I can share as well. But I also told that Facebook is, I wrote it down, Facebook is creating something called, give me a second, to compete with Clubhouse. Audio only version of Rooms, which Rooms Facebook put out to compete with Zoom. Then you had Rooms, and now you have an audio version. Always remember, there's always going to be somebody out there who is going to compete with you. Being first to market is always great, though, and having speed. As you see, Clubhouse is doing really, really great. But the big boys and girls are coming after them. Now, if you would have said, well, I need something to have some kind of unique patent on or technology. What is Clubhouse? It's really chat rooms back in the days, right? 20 years ago. And it's still not going to stop Facebook from coming out with what they're coming out with. But you got Snapchats that Instagram goes and competes against. You got Clubhouse that Facebook competes against. It's always going to happen, right? In some way or another, you just got to keep moving straight on. When we created Fubu, many people competed with us. And guess what? We were competing and we were influenced by caulk and I, cross colors, right? So just always don't let that world of, oh my God, somebody's going to either compete with me or knock me off. Absolutely. That is what business is. It's the strong survive. So you have to have speed to market. And just always remember that no matter what you're selling. All right, but I do have some interesting facts. I pulled up some facts. I love facts and stats and all that kind of stuff. Check these out. Google was originally called backrub. Think about that. Yeah, I can't figure that out. Why don't you backrub it? I suppose that they probably changed backrub to Google because backrub, you probably had to fight so many different intellectual properties, trademarks. Everybody with backrub out there, could claim or block your name. So, try to come up with weird things like Googles and the fubus and the Facebooks and the Ubers, right? So make sure you don't have a name that is super common, because even if you do all the great things to create something really big and really great, there's somebody probably on the planet that came up with backrub. And don't think just small in your town, your neighborhood. Remember, there's 7 or 8 billion people on the planet and everybody has 1 or 2 ideas a day. Somebody probably came out with the name backrub somewhere. All right, let's see. The most productive working day of the week is apparently Tuesday. It's not hump day. Hump day, you're so busy looking for Friday to come along, or you're tired as hell. You're like, it's the beginning of the week or the middle of the week and I didn't even get half of my stuff done. Oh my God. So it's hump day. Monday, you're probably just getting started and ramped up. Tuesday, you're off and going. So if the most productive day of the week is Tuesday, think about some things that you can energize your team to do or yourself to do on Tuesday. Take that day as a day of looking like it's up for for you. Now, of course, if your day and your week starts on, of course, if you're in the service industry, say the back rub industry, the spa industry, well, you don't have Tuesdays your busy day. That's probably Tuesday your starting day because you're probably off on Mondays. The weekends is when you're working, and holidays because that's when people want to go and get back rubs or massages or all that kind of good stuff. So always take it into stride with whatever you are doing. All right, let's go to another one before I start bringing people on. More people in the world have access to a mobile phone than a toilet. How do more people in the world have access to a mobile phone than a toilet? I guess that's a flushable toilet, right? Because a toilet could be any hole in the ground, right? Because you're going to have to go several times a day, one way or another. You don't have to always make a phone call. So I would say, I don't know if I think about that, but I do want you to think of something else, though. I forgot the year the toilet bowl came out, but flushable toilet paper did not come out until approximately, I think, 75 to 125 years after the toilet bowl was invented. Now, many of you who are short-sighted are like, what are you talking about? How is that possible? Well, people used to take rags and wipe or clean themselves and throw them all in the corner, but feces and or other things would go down the toilet bowl. So there you have it, right? So there's always something new to create. Listen, after ice cream was created, I think it took another 100 years till the ice cream cone was created. How do you have ice cream without a cone? Anyway, I'm just giving you these random facts. I want you all to think about these things. Then just think about them when you're out at the bar or you're networking. These are some facts that you can talk to with somebody, and you do is open a file. You tell them something randomly in a meeting, and they'll always remember you. Now, I don't know if you want to be remembered by the fact that there's more cell phones in the world than toilet bowls, or the fact that people use the nasty little. Oh, by the way, I gotta tell you something else. I do remember there used to be communal sponges to wipe yourself in Greece or in the early days. Think about a communal sponge on a stick. That's pretty disgusting. All right, the most followed retailer on Instagram. Does anybody know the answer to that? You already know the answer to that one. Hey, Ginger, of course, dad joke is coming in hot. What do you think is the most followed retailer on Instagram? Victoria's Secrets, you pervert. Of course, Victoria's Secrets, you perverts, because both men and women look at that. I did have a friend that had a lingerie company. He didn't start the lingerie company, or he didn't even make the lingerie. What he did was he referral. He went and grabbed it from other places because he realized one of the most looked up things on the internet is lingerie. So what did he do? Well, he started directing all the traffic to where people were looking lingerie, to this site where he sold lingerie that he got from a maker. And he didn't make it, he didn't create the concept, and he didn't have to advertise. All he had to do was try to find a way to aggregate all that information there. So you can think of other ways that you can do the same exact thing, whether it be, what else do we look up all the time? I don't know, coffee beans or whatever the case is. Anyway, there is a way that you can do that. All right, let's see another one over here. Facebook. The Facebook logo is apparently blue because Mark Zuckerberg is red-green colorblind, and blue is the color that he recognizes. All right, okay, Mark. Well, now we know all about that. The tables in Starbucks are not square. They're not square on purpose because science has proven that when people sit at a table by themselves, if it's round, it's more inviting and they feel less lonely. Think about that. Less lonely. So now you have people at Starbucks who feel less lonely. What else does that bring to mind? It brings to mind that before, obviously COVID, if you have a retail shop primarily selling women's clothing, but any kind of retail shop, if you can allocate seating, would be extremely more profitable. They say anywhere from 10 to 15% more profitable. Why would putting a chair or some chairs in a women's clothing boutique be more profitable? Daymond, I'm glad you asked. I want you to think about this. When all the men out there and the women, think about when I have to go shopping with my wife. It's really my wife is going shopping and she's dragging me along like a puppy. And what am I doing most of the time? I am bored as hell while she's trying things on and just doing what women do, going around and, they're fascinating. And I'm sitting there and I'm sitting there and I'm sitting there. But usually I'm not sitting there. They don't have a place to sit. I'm going to say, I'm leaving. Let's go. Hurry up. I'll be back. But if I had a place to sit, maybe I even had some coffee or you had some soft serve or even street meat in there. Go ahead, honey. You can shop as long as you want. I'll be right here. Now, what about Minka when she's on her own? When my wife is on her own with Minka. Well, Minka wants to roll around somewhere. If not, she's going to be annoying. That's what kids do. That's their job, to annoy us like we did to our parents. So, have a place for them to sit. Better yet, look at Tesla. I heard that Tesla had an accident today on the autopilot. I am sorry for those two who lost their lives. I do not think that it will affect the stock. Things do happen, unfortunately. But back to my point, Tesla decided to put their cars in malls. Why? Because you no longer have to stop by a car place driving somewhere. And a lot of women say they get intimidated stopping by there because the salespeople are too aggressive. But now if my wife is somewhere shopping for something and I say, hey, honey, I'll be right back. I'm going out to Tesla in the mall. Now you have a place I can go. Or what if a woman's walking by and instead of having to go to this big lot with all these cars and walk around and fear that person walking up going, hey, how you doing? How can I help you? You can just walk into a Tesla shop right there. Bang! And it's right there, right in front in a mall. Think about that. All right? These are a lot of things that you can think about as you are thinking about your product, your service, the way to attract people, whether you, and don't be so literal. Don't say, Daymond, I'm not opening a retail store in the mall. Just think about these points on how you can apply them to your business. A lot of people say that retail is dead. Well, I think that we're going to go back to the roaring 20s, and I think retail shops are going to be doing great. However, where's the retail shop going to be? If you open up a retail shop in the airport, it's going to be way more productive than if you open it up on the streets often. Why? Because the airport, people are trapped. They can't get Amazon in there, right? The prices are higher, and that customer has enough to fly air. They travel during air. They're not taking the bus or the train, so they probably have a higher disposable income. Right? So you think retail shops are dead? No, everything that changes stays the same, right? We're talking about Clubhouse. We started off there talking about how it was chat rooms in the 90s. Oh, you think billboards are bad? Well, guess what? When you're stuck on a highway, you can't swipe a billboard. Billboards are better than ever before. You would think you have to only go digitally. But if you're stuck there sitting on a highway and you're looking at that damn billboard every day, all day, and if you have buildings outside that billboard or that can see that billboard, that's not being swiped. That billboard's in your mind. Always think about the thing. You know what else is really good? I think I talked about it the other day. Sending flyers to people's homes. How many times have you gotten a flyer lately? Right? Everybody's and I teach digital and teach all this stuff, but I want you to think outside the box. How do you send flyers, right? You know what? Seeing your kids at home these days, give them $50 or, don't give them any money. Make them do it for free. Aren't you paying their bills? Tell them to print your local business and drive and ride around and put flyers on everybody's doors. Of course, make sure they wear their mask. All right, anyway, so those are just the ways that I want you to keep thinking about things and exercise your mind, right? Don't get stuck in only one way. Every single thing that is out there, somebody has done it before, somebody's done it in a really great way, and you can learn from them and do it today. Just make sure you do that, all right? Let's bring on somebody who's going to ask some really amazing questions, whoever they're going to be. Gene Calafamp. I hate messing up people's names. It is all my fault. So, what's up, Mike Watts? I see you. What's up, man?
Hey man, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
My picture is frozen. I think I cannot see you. but I don't know
Oh,
if
I'm
you can hear
sorry.
me.
Can you hear me? I can hear
Yes,
you.
yes, I can hear you very clearly, man.
All right. So, you got a question?
Yeah, actually, I have two. First of all, my name is Jean. Hello, I'm from Lebanon. We're living now in one of the harshest crises is in our country's history with the Beirut port explosion. I think you heard about this,
I'm
and
sorry.
everything. It's okay, man. It's okay, and everything going on. So I just wanted to ask you, what advice can you give for people who are young people, 18, 20 years old, who are trying to make it, trying to build something where all the odds, whether it's government, financial, economical, even political, are against us, where we are trying to survive day by day, and we cannot only think about our business, we have to think about our own life itself.
Well, that is a very, very hard question to answer. Trust me, if I knew that, I'd be able to save the entire world. I can only tell you what it was when I was coming up. I'm a person of color that lives in America. That I've seen many of my friends die or go to jail. By 18, by 20 years old, I did not have a college education. Most of my friends were dead or in jail, and crack was killing our streets, and so many other things were happening. And I found an escape through something that everybody else wasn't doing. It was called fashion. I was zigging when everybody was zagging, right? I was finding something that I'm extremely passionate about, and I was trying to find other people that felt the same urgency and the same fear that I had. And I realized the most common things were music, fashion, sports, and things that people could escape the everyday challenges of because they still had to go home to the harshness and the reality of what they have. Those are the only things I can say. And other than that, like I said, you have to be able to do your homework on what your environment is, and maybe get inspired by others who have escaped very, very similar or more tragic situations. And you can do that obviously by reading online and books and going through stories of people who have escaped those type of things. But I would be doing you a disservice if I gave you some easy answer, because you're in a very extreme circumstance, which in the United States, unless you were around when the Civil War was here, we have not faced a war on our land, physically the way that, and all the things happening that you have.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. And I just have to throw this in. It's been a year I've been trying to get you on my podcast. I commented once, you replied to me. It was my mistake. I made a comment out of context. So now I'm just trying to shoot my shot again. And I really want you on my podcast.
All right. What is the name of your podcast?
It's JK Storytells.
All right.
The
Why
initials
don't
of my
you,
name, Storytells.
okay, why don't you post it in here, and my team looks at these videos, and then DM me if you can, the information again, and we will look to see how we can get it done for you. Okay.
All right, man. I commented it. Thank you so
What is your
much.
what is
Thank you
your
so
what
much,
is your
Damon.
podcast? What does your podcast touch on? What is it behind your podcast? What are you trying to touch on in your story?
I'm trying to get on entrepreneurs, people with business who come from nowhere, who actually made themselves up, trying to inspire people. I started with local entrepreneurs, local businessmen, and now I'm scaling internationally. I don't have a big setup, whatever I can, trying to go full time with this. I already have 17 episodes, and I did my last episode was with a Shark Tank winner actually. They made a deal with Kevin. The
Okay.
startup was called Surprise Ride. So yeah.
All good, brother. So we will, as long as it's in the right vein of the type of stuff that we like to be on, and no negativity, and it sounds like it clearly isn't. And never ever apologize for you not having, the big this, the big that. Everybody's got to start somewhere. And I got to tell you, if more people would just be transparent on what they have and what they're trying to accomplish, more people would get behind them. But unfortunately, we see too many people out there who try to say that they're bigger and everything else. Well, if you act like you're so big, then some people say, well, why the hell should I help you? You look like you're good, right? So always be vulnerable and always be willing to educate yourself, man. We will be in touch and try to get this done for you, okay?
All right, man. Thank you so much.
You got a piece. All right, there you have it. It's amazing the type of people that you will see, and hopefully, as we think about all the challenging times we're having here today, that young man is dealing with so much, and hopefully you are grateful for what you have today. And as he is dealing with such crazy environment, he's still out there trying to create podcasts to help others. All right. I see somebody here who, Olena says she has a question though. I got a question though, she said.
Hello?
How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm really good. I'm really good. So you said you have a question.
Yes,
Let's hear it.
I do. And thank you so much for taking it. So my question is on behalf of a doctor that I personally know and very much respect. He is well known, and I am in the state of Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia. He does a procedure that saves a lot of women, a lot of suffering. This procedure is called UFE, uterine fibroid embolization, and basically it saves women from hysterectomies, which is a #1 basically surgery in the country, even though half of the population are men. Now, he's having a hard time getting, not a hard time, but I guess a harder time getting the word out there about the procedure. For a multitude of different reasons, this procedure is not publicized by the rest of the medical community. And so I'm wondering, what would you recommend are the best ways for him to bring this knowledge out there?
All the people that he's worked on that are willing to testify and or give user-generated content to say why it is so great, and all the places that he's worked on, because those people are going to be ones who are going to be able to talk about it in a very detailed manner and relate to other people who are suffering or challenged with that. So he needs to use platforms such as this and people such as you to gather a bunch of other people to then be able to get out there and then have this body of all these people that are talking about it. And then when you do that, you kind of maybe, find a way to create some kind of assets or some kind of small little sizzle reel, a trailer, and send that to the press, and just keep sending it to the press, because that's the best way to do it. So you let everybody create the testimonies and show you. The easiest thing to sell is the truth, as we all say. So if you put it all together, you got just a massive amount of people that could help push that. But that's what needs to happen.
Yeah, and part of the reason why I'm asking, and I don't know if you can see me. I mean, I think I'm freezing a little bit, but anyway, part of the reason why I'm asking is because he attempted a lot of that, and I'm trying to help him with this awareness. But a lot of times when he approaches the press, anybody really, a lot of times he gets a no simply because everybody wants to see celebrity power behind it.
I don't know about that. I don't really know about that. So I can't give you that answer to get a celebrity. Right. And all you need is one yes by somebody who maybe their mother, themselves, their daughter, their sister went through it. Because if it is as many people getting it, you're just not hitting enough people. That's all it means. You may have gotten no by 3 people. Then you need to hit 300 people.
Okay. So,
right.
Yeah, thank you so much for your advice. I really appreciate it. And
all right. Good luck.
Good luck. Bye.
All right. Bye. Bye-bye. All right. Who we got here? One Prophecy, I think. All right. I'm not getting this person, so let's see. We got somebody said Queens. Somebody acting like they're from Queens. Let me see. You ain't from Queens. Let me see. Let's see if you're from Queens. Let's see if you're from Queens. Said Queens pick me.
Daymond John, I can't believe it, man.
What's up, man?
How you doing?
I'm good. Where are you from?
Well, now I'm in Astoria, originally from Elmhurst, Queens.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever.
Well, you're
You
from
ain't from
Hollis.
Queens.
What do you
I'm from
mean?
Hollis, baby. Anyway, good to
Well, we
see
still
another
got the
Queens
Queens,
person in
man.
the house. Good to
Yeah,
see another
no,
Queens
I'm
person in the
super
house, man.
glad that I'm able to connect with you now. You know, I'm a big fan of your book, The Power of Broke.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, absolutely. And sorry if I'm a little slow. I actually came down with COVID, so still kind of trying to battle that. But
When did you come down with it?
April 2nd, believe it or not. So it's been
And how? Do you know how?
No. Well, my girlfriend and I, we both got it at the same time. I couldn't tell you. You know how they say it takes 2 days to 2 weeks.
Sure.
But
Well, you're doing okay though, right?
doing great. Yeah, thank you for asking. And
Very good. All right, brother. So, you got a question for us, man? I mean,
yeah,
everybody's waiting for
absolutely.
this question from you.
Yeah, I need some advice. So, in short, for the past 4 years, I've been doing financial services sales. So, in short, I was covering the Midwest. I was selling to financial advisors, a lot of private credit type of products. So a little different from your traditional mutual funds. It's alternative investments. And I was laid off back in November. And since then, I decided to kind of start my own mountain by opening up my own firm. And it's similar in a way to Kevin O'Leary's. He has his own Start Engine crowdfunding portal. Mine is going to be a lot more tailored towards accredited investors, high net worth, and more toward alternative investments, where these are direct investments you make in real estate, private equity, or private credit. But I think my forte is real estate. That's where I'm thinking about starting. But right now, what I'm dealing with is I'm a one-man shop. I want to scale this thing out. I'm not sure if I should be relying on just my rental income to put back into the business, or if I should, take up another job in the interim and still kind of pursue this on the sidelines. That's where I need some.
Never quit your day job. Never quit your day job. Never quit your day job. So absolutely take up another job if you feel you have the time to then slowly be able to grow this the right way. What that will do is now you have your other revenue, other stream of revenue coming in, your rental incomes, where you will probably, roll that back in and buy more properties or do what else you're doing. Because if you start eating at that money, you're going to eat it. The golden goose is kind of feeding you.
Sure.
Get the other job that you can, especially if the other job is somewhere in with financial instruments that you can help leverage. But again, you got to make sure that in the financial space, there's a lot of criteria that you have to fit. So obviously, don't do anything that will endanger you or your clients.
Sure.
But yeah, keep that day job, man, and because that day job also, it lets you knock on other doors for people to see your value and what you're doing. And if you do start making a good amount there, you start to leave and people say, hey, how can I come with you? How can I share this with you? I would absolutely say, how old are you?
I'm 31.
You got a dog?
I do. Yeah. Shiba Inu, puppy.
You got kids?
No kids.
Don't quit your day job. Go as hard
Right.
as you can, man. Go as hard as you can. Because once you have the kids and the other responsibilities, the dog too. The dog's still gonna be like, "Yo, what's up, man? How come we ain't been hanging? How come we ain't been hanging like we used to during COVID?" But
Sure.
don't quit your day job right now. Hustle hard and build that company. And that's my best suggestion to you. So many people out there are telling people quit the day job, burn the bridges, and go hard or go home. All right.
All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, man.
You got it, brother. Peace.
Have a good one.
All right, you just hit the drop off button. I don't see your drop. There you go. All right, I got room for one more somewhere over here. Oh, I'm gonna hit Cody because Cody, where's Cody at? Oh, no, that wasn't Cody. Oh, Cody, I can't request you. You didn't hit the request button. Because all it's saying is hide a video from Cody. I don't want to hide a video. Okay, whatever. Let's see who else we got on here. Okay, I got somebody right here. Go live with Rad, Have, T. Brewell, something. We got Uganda in here. What's up, man?
Hi. I'm from India.
Oh, you're from India. What time is it over there?
It's currently 11:20 p.m. It's midnight.
All right, almost time for bed. All right, you got a good question for me?
Just a simple question because I'm from the poultry sector in India.
What section?
From the poultry sector.
Poultry sector.
Yeah, I'm into egg production.
You're in egg production. All right, got it.
So my question to you is, being a bit capital intensive industry, why there is a very less flow of venture capitalists into this industry? Especially because I've been approaching to many people for the same, where the income is, suppose the investment of a $1 million.
You're saying that it's a capital. It is a capital heavy category. Poultry. You provide eggs.
Yes, exactly.
What do you need the capital for?
I need for my multiplying my production. So it is, I need to say, because for my capital structure, then for the shed, then for example, the layout for everything, for land, etc.
I think I have more questions for you than you have for me. Well, first of all, obviously, anybody will invest in anything as long as they believe that they're gonna obviously create opportunity for themselves. Now, how have you put together your information, and what do you need? $1 million?
Yeah, approximately $1 million. Because to start, because $1 million is a good investment in this sector.
And how would that person, anybody here listening to this right now, I think everybody would say, I love eggs. Now, how would they get back the $1 million, and when would they get it back?
I'll tell you, to be on a very frank note, see what is happening currently. I'm doing a sales of $4 million.
You're doing sales of $4 million, and what is your EBITDA?
I'm earning approximately $1 million today, without marketing.
Okay, so you're netting $1 million?
Yes, in today's situation, in India.
In India. So then why would you need $1 million if you're already bringing in $1 million? Now, I understand you have to live, but why? Yeah.
So I just wanted to, because what is happening in India, the banking structure is very different. So we are working on a capex of 20, like for example, if we want to bank to get into partners, so we have to contribute 25% over it. Then 75% refinanced on a regular basis on counts. So why not a straight away, without like getting a venture capitalist and increasing our production capacity in that two-fro manner, rather than like getting through banks and stuff?
No, and you got to remember that's extremely interesting to you, but the investor is going to want to know, how and when will I get back my money?
The investor, the investor will get back the money in 1.5 years, because being a capital intensive thing, so the money with the investor can exit.
And how much money would they get back? Are you giving them 5%, 6%? Are you giving them back 12%? Are you giving them back all their money back, and then, as Kevin O'Leary would say, 25 cents per or 10 cents per egg?
You can. That is like that depends. So if you want to get into if you want to fund it as a debt structure, you take it as an interest, and you can take per eggs. I'm going to say you can give a whatever cent you want to.
How many chickens do you got? How many chickens do you have
currently,
right now?
If I talk, I have approximately 0.3 million chicks.
You have 1.3 million?
0.3.
You have 300,000 chicks?
Yeah, 300,000 chicks.
How many eggs do they lay a day?
I have 250,000, which is 0.25 million eggs every day.
Wait, no way. Wait a minute. How can 300,000? Wait, 0.25. You said
0.25K. So,
I got it. All right. So
there's a production capacity of 90% always. So if, for example, I have chicks of 0.3 million, I will get a production of daily eggs of 0.25 million.
Okay, 300,000 chicks a day. You are they're laying eggs about 250,000 chicks a day. Somebody just said somebody said you're a chick magnet. I love people. Listen, the internet is always going to win. You're a chick magnet. All right. So, basically your yield, it's about 20%. So So okay, I got it. All right. So 80% of your chicks are laying eggs. The other 20%, what are the other 20% doing while everybody else is working, laying eggs?
So what happens? So there are the concept of brooding come growing. So 20% of the production is under a building stage where they can lay eggs in the next coming months. So this is how the procedure in poultry sector runs. So it is not
Now,
a
if
all
you
in all.
wanted to buy more chicks, would you buy more chicks, or would you just do you have one rooster at all? Do you have any roosters?
So we don't have roosters. So what is
Right.
happening? So we are
I know.
totally
I got it.
dependent. So we are totally dependent. It's a US company called as Cobb. We are totally dependent on them. So they supply 1 day chicks and we grow them and they further lay. So this is how we proceed.
Yeah. So if you wanted to double or triple your amount of chickens, all you would have to do is get 10,000 roosters. You think?
No. To suppose, for example, if I want to increase my production for eggs, I have to increase my shed capacity. I mean to say, I have to increase the layout of the farm. So no
Do you
roosters is
sing? Do
required.
you play? Do you do anything like play music for the chickens, or is there
Yeah,
anything that helps the chickens?
yes,
You
we
play
do play.
music for them?
Yeah, we do play. So I play God music, which is a very silent music in my farm to keep roasters silent, and that is only an hour in a day. So not more than that, because what happens if I play more than an hour, then the birds gets disturbed and the laying production
Why don't
decreases.
you, if you have 300,000 hens, why don't you just open a new website called Tender instead of Tinder, just for roosters? No, forget it. I mean, I'm gonna just this is gonna be just start. This is gonna go down the wrong road. Let me ask you another question about chicken eggs. So when they go out, how do you?
If you want, I can
Anyway,
send you
man,
my.
huh?
So if you want, I can send you my farm pics. How do we run? And
No, no, it's all right. So
you
I
can
just think you're.
you can speak your mind. I have no problem. I'll be very happy to hear whatever it is coming in your mind. I'll be really
No,
happy to
no.
hear.
Well, no. I mean,
I know something fussy is going in your
no,
mind. I am very happy.
no. The question is, no, I don't have any, I don't have any other questions. I just think that however you are trying to find financing, you may have this all written out extremely very clear. I just think, I don't know. Maybe you're not presenting it to the right people. Maybe there's got to be a farm financing poultry. There's got to be. I mean, there's got to be people that are in this sector.
In India, there is only one company which has financed. That is Sequoia Capital. I have approached many people. What is they? Because they are thinking their exit point will be a difficult, being a capital intensive, so they don't want.
Their exit. I love that one. That one's it. That's it right there. We found it. I mean, I can't. I'm sorry, man. I'm trying to be serious with you, man. But this one is too.
I can understand.
This was too full of great things to talk about. Their exit. Listen, man. I don't know what to say, but I just think that you have, I just think that you have all the information there. You're just not finding the right people. You got to keep banging on more doors. I mean, you know.
Can I approach
yeah.
you if you will be happy to invest in India?
Approach me. I'm not invest. I already have chickens and stuff. I don't really invest. That's not a space that I have. Like I don't know it well enough, because I just don't know it. Somebody said this is an excellent conversation. It's just, you know what I realized that unless I can add value, meaning that either I can help you with the business or I understand the business or whatever the case is. I mean, I would think that with 1.2, or I don't know how many I don't know how many people you have in India, but I would think that there's no shortage of people that want this product. Maybe you need to, instead of looking for the $1 million in cash, maybe you need to look for people who invest and build structures, more like a real estate person, and say, why don't I do a deal with you real estate? If you're going to have the land, you're going to build something. People in here say, exactly, this is no yoke. Anyway, if they can build the land and they build the business, the housing that you can get into it, and stop thinking about hard cash, right? Because sooner or later, then you're going to crack. God, let that work. All right, man. So
Okay, nice talking to you. Take care. Thanks.
all the best.
Thanks a lot.
Just hit that bottom button so you can exit. All right. That's why that's when you really start to love people on social media, because the comments are always the best. And have you ever looked in social media and you look at a post and then you look in the comments and you're like, I really need to know that person who said that, because that was one of the stupidest things that you could have ever said, and how did you come up with it? So anyway, my man moving a 250,000 eggs a day. He's getting it cracking. I can't stop. So I think there's no better way to to finish off the 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 IG live. So all right, everybody. I hope you're having a good week, and I hope you think about that last conversation. And somebody just wrote, that was interesting. All right, everybody. Later. Peace.